Survival Minecraft is all about control. But what if I gave all that control to this? This is a machine that decides my fate. Every spin forces me to build a brand new farm from scratch. No skipping, no quitting, no matter what cost. So let's spin the wheel for the first time to see what I'll be building first. And come on. Yes! Okay, tree farm is brilliant. You see, my next video is going to be an enormous project that's going to require over 1,000 chests, which means I'm going to need an enormous amount of wood. And a tree farm is definitely going to be the quickest way to achieve that. But to build a tree farm, I'm going to need a lot of redstone. And unless you've built a redstone farm, that means caving. So my plan is to come down into the caves and fly around with my elytra and collect all of the redstone, iron and emeralds that I find. And it's been a while since I've gone caving really, so hopefully this will be quite nice. Oh, and I'd completely forgotten about diamonds. I'll just have to be careful to avoid spawning a warden, though. But as long as I don't die, with these underwater caves and the regular caves, I should have all the redstone I need in no time. Wow, this is a lot of redstone I've got to mine. Well, that should definitely be enough redstone, probably for all the farms in this video. So now I've got a nice shopping list of items to collect. And that's all the big items, now it's just a bunch of small things, so let's fill this shulker box with all the remaining items just like this. So, with all of those items collected, let's go and build the farm. Okay, the farm is fully built, so let's test it. Oh joy, looks like it's blowing itself up. But with a few tweaks, the farm is now working properly. So I'm going to AFK for about an hour to get a bunch of wood stocked up to help with the rest of the farms I'm going to build in this video. Speaking of which, it's probably time we went back to the spinner to see which farm we'll be making next. It would be really nice if it landed on the iron farm. Oh, perfect. Okay. This is great because the iron farm requires barely any materials. And if I build it at spawn, it will always be running. So I'll never even have to AFK at the farm. It will just always be running whenever I'm on the server. Which, let's face it, is quite a lot. So I won't bore you with the material collecting since there's so few items to gather. And instead I'll just get straight on with building the farm. Well, that was easy. The worst part was the villagers. But now that they're connected to their beds, I'll AFK here for a bit to make sure the farm's working properly, and then I can leave it running in the background for the rest of this video. Okay, we've been getting pretty lucky so far. The bamboo farm and the shulker farm are the two hardest to build, so I'm kind of hoping for the hoglin farm right now, especially since I keep running out of food. But whatever the spinner lands on, I have to build, so I guess let's see. Oh no, shulker farm. Oh well, it's a really useful farm, and I needed to build it at some point, so we better get collecting materials. I found a design which looks fairly easy, and I know that there's an end city really near this gateway with a couple of shulkers left, so this should be the perfect place to build the farm. So let's head back to the overworld and get gathering all the materials. Items like stone are easy to gather by hand, and a shulker and a half of bamboo shouldn't be too hard to get either. But all that string could be a problem. Yeah, I have none. So I think I'm just going to whip up a really quick and basic spider farm to get all the string. So I'm not going to bother with a complicated farm or even follow a tutorial. I'm just going to flush all the spiders into this gap where I can leave my computer AFK to gather up a bunch of string. Well, that honestly didn't take too long, and that's most of the bamboo crafted. Now the only item I don't have in my storage system already is cobwebs. Oops. And there's a mine shaft. I was hoping there'd be one in this big cave, and I was right. Perfect. I just need to try not to get killed by the cave spiders. Hey. Let me fly. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Phew, okay, that was close. And I've now got all the items I need in these 3 shulker boxes. So let's head on through to the end and get building the farm. And I now have a mod that lets me pick blocks out of a shulker box, which means that my inventory management can be... Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, this is really not good. Oh, I think I actually need to fly away from this one. Yikes, that was close. I could have lost everything then. I think I'm going to grab a carved pumpkin before I build this farm. Right, well, the easy part of the shulker farm is now done. As you can see, this design is very simple, and it's now only missing 2 things. An observer here, because it was making an annoying noise, and the shulker. That's not going to be as easy. I need to transport a shulker from this end city all the way over there. So we're going to need a bridge, and it's definitely going to need to start up here by the shulker. I'm just duping up some rails because this bridge is massive. That should do. So let's get placing down these rails. All right, let's test this thing out. And perfect. Now the question is, how am I going to get the shulker into the minecart? I've gone invisible, so hopefully I can... Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. Okay, after a lot of raging, I've got it in a minecart. Ow. Let me just replace that with a powered rail. And with this lever, I can send it on its way. And hopefully when it gets here, it'll go straight into the farm. Yes! Let's go. Let's quickly heal it. And when I flick this lever, we should hear... Ah, the snow golems are meant to be firing at the shulker. Aha! I nudged them ever so slightly, and the farm is now working. And the first shulker is in the killing chamber. It uses anti-crumbing to kill them, so we need a few to build up before we start getting items. I've been AFK for a bit, but I'm not seeing any items falling down. Why are they not dropping... Hang on. Oh no. I'm gonna have to spawn-proof this whole area. Okay, I've spammed buttons everywhere, so that should do the trick. Oh, I know what the problem is with the items. You see, scaffolding isn't solid for entities underneath it, but for entities on top of it, it is, which is why you can walk on top of scaffolding. But it also means that the items can't fall through it. I think that one's on me, gang. I think I put the scaffolding in the wrong place, but it looks like it is now working. It's going absolutely crazy at the top. And after a bit of AFKing, that is a lot of shulker shells. Oh wow, this is so cool. Right, time for the next spin. Ooh, bamboo farm. Okay, let's do this. I want to design this farm from scratch, and I've come up with this. It's similar to the one I built last season, but much more robust. And the collection system is so cool, but I'll show you that in a second when we build it on the server. This farm produces a ton of items, which of course means it requires a ton of items. So let's put our new farms to good use and gather everything we'll need for this bamboo farm. That's all the items, and I've chosen a spot. The farm is almost as long as my industrial district, which is crazy. So let's get a bunch of items and build this thing. Okay, time to get all the hopper minecarts in the farm. And watch what happens when they get to the collection system. These Razeworks minecart unloaders break the minecarts and dump all the items into this huge collection system. And the minecarts are all dispensed and go off again to the other side of the farm. So with everything built, I'm gonna go get some dinner and leave the farm running, and we'll see how it goes. Ooh, I'm seeing long bamboo, which is not a good... Oh dear. Yeah, the farm definitely broke. And I thought I'd fixed it, but it's just broken again. What happened this time? How does this keep breaking? I think I'm gonna need to build a flying machine with the different observer positions to stop it getting stuck. It's now 2 months later. I've forgot to record a clip, but the farm is most definitely fixed, and it works really well, as you can see. And all I had to do was switch to a flying machine with observers on the top, and that just completely fixed it. Well, I now only have one farm left to build, and that is, of course, the hoglin farm for unlimited food. Hey, this guy is dripped out. Wow. Anyway, I've got a small list of items to gather, but you've seen me do that like 4 times already, so let's just go on with building the farm. It needs to be in this very specific spot, because if you don't build it in a crimson forest, you have to tear it down and rebuild it again. Not that I've ever made that mistake. I've built this farm in the wrong biome. Anyway, we're all good, so let's get building. Well, that took no time at all, literally 12 minutes. Let's switch on the farm and come up to the AFK platform. And if I go into free cam, we can see some hoglins spawn in and run away from the warped fungus into the lava. So I'm going to go out for about an hour and see how the farm does. Let's see how we've done. Oh, yes. Okay. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. Also, I was just watching back the replay. Where was this guy going? I mean, he somehow escaped the farm, but I don't even know. What I do know is that this has been a crazy video. We now have 5 new overpowered farms. It's been a bit of a different style, so let me know what you thought. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a ton of fun to record, and I hope you had a ton of fun watching it. Please like, subscribe, and share with all your friends, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll put all of these farms to good use.